Fantasy football players, people, teams, it's on. We're doing something different. It is sleepers. Wake up,
Get
Caleb.
it? I was asleep.
Sleepers, eh?
Wake your ass up.
Okay.
So we are going to define pretty much fantasy football sleepers for 2023. But when we talk about sleepers, of course, it's not the big name guys, the guys that you expect. We pretty much know in the AFC South who the big names are. I mean, if you try to tell me that Derrick Henry is a sleeper, Jonathan Taylor is a sleeper, that is not what it is.
Then you're a dumbass.
Yes. Um, Trevor Lawrence is not a sleeper. I mean, Sunshine can ball. We know it. We'll start with the Houston Texans. That's our team. We'll go
Wait.
Yeah.
Before we do this, let's define what a sleeper for real is to somebody.
Okay.
Like Zach and I had the argument early, well, the creative discussion earlier. A sleeper to me, like I said, is someone that's taken way later in a draft that people don't really either they don't really know of, or they have no faith in, or they're just not thinking about type shit, right?
Mhm.
Something like that. Or it could possibly be somebody people know of but hasn't done anything for a while, and then they get put into a new situation where you think they're
Well, that's
possibly
my
better.
kind of mind. Like you
Yeah.
get value for the player,
That
but then they do better than what you thought you were gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you can look at sleepers from, I guess, multiple points of view, considering what the situation is.
Yeah. And I think in a way they both kind of can dictate a great avenue for a person that's watching this video, because there are players that we forget that they were, productive a few years ago, and people are like, oh, they're going to do really good, change of scenery, new team, this and that. Like I always say, we always talk about Derek Carr. I mean, people forget about the dude, but he's on a better team.
Yeah.
So that would be a guy that, we talk about. So I think it's just going to matter on when you hear our arguments or our creative discussions of not agreeing with it. But then we may agree on some players, because there's a few players that we all just have our eyes on.
Yeah.
Houston Texans, though, being realistic, rookie quarterback, everybody knows the running back. Everybody's going for him later in rounds. But who on this team could be a sleeper for you? I guess we'll go with.
I'm still gonna go with who I've been saying, and Tank Dell.
Okay.
And that's
Like
because,
to me,
like I was saying earlier, he's a rookie. You don't really know exactly what he's gonna do, and he probably has something to prove. Like we've been saying, there's gonna be cuts coming soon. Clearly, he's not gonna get cut, but he's gonna have to prove that he's here for a reason. And
to me, it would be Mike Boone.
Okay.
Because he's the best, like, scat back. Like, if somebody gets hurt, he'll get. If, say, Pierce gets hurt and then they platoon him and Singletary, it'll be an even 50-50. You know what I mean? And he's the bigger, more aggressive runner. He's going to get more goal line stuff. Like, to me, like, he literally would be a player you could just pick up off the waiver wire, and it'd be worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, I think Tank Dell, we don't know who the receiver one is. Really, Nico Collins, of course, is the guy that everybody's going on. But I mean, for a later on, with your last pick, I mean, it's throwing a dart at the damn thing.
Yeah. And my argument with Tank Dell was also that he's ranked number 240 out of all the, ADPs and shit.
Yeah.
So he's ranked. You can take him with your very last pick in a draft easily, unless you have somebody that reaches for him and takes him in the fucking 9th round, like in my draft the other day.
Tank Dell is like, to me, is what I did with Sky Moore last year. Like, there's going to be a point in the season where he figures it out, and for like a month, he's going to fuck the league up till they figure him out. And that's when you play him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would do with him.
I do like the Mike Boone one, though, too, because D'Amico wants to run 2 running backs. And we said it in one of our videos for Bayou City Boys. He's going to be the opposite of what we have. He's going to run through players, and we know football teams love to have that yin and yang feel when it comes to running backs. So we've seen a lot of players and a lot of teams use 2 running backs, and they be pretty much productive in fantasy. Damn Chicago Bears.
like we can't really consider like Dalton Schultz a sleeper to me because like he's got hype behind him. He's got and it's really hard to like put faith in any other receiver to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean maybe Hutchins, but also I wouldn't draft you because nobody's going to draft you. So I just get you later.
Yeah, you can get them later off the waiver.
And those are also going to be people that are going to be on the fucking waiver wires for weeks before anybody even decides to pick them up.
A part of me wants to say Mechie because I want to make sure you're on my team in case you do start the season off really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the guy like, oh, I'll wait to go get you and then somebody else seen what I've seen and then plucks your ass first. So maybe Mechie might be somebody worth taking real late.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see nobody.
I'm going to go with our kicker, Cammy Fairbairn. I think he has a really good year because they're able to move the ball. And he'll be able to get some plays. Now, I'm saying get that with your last pick, right?
No, our defense and special teams might be a good sleeper. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Our special teams for sure because you get Tank out there running them. He almost ran a touchdown the other day in preseason. You get the defense. They're gonna be pesky this year, and you get to play Will Levis probably 2 times a year. You'll play some other quarterbacks questionable,
like IDP sleeper, Blake Cashman, bro, because he just has a nose for picks. You know what I'm saying? You may not think about him being a tackling machine or nothing, but it's like, damn, that dude got 4 picks this year or something, you know?
I don't know how the IDP stuff works because I never played it because it is a lot, but I'm sure there's a shitload that goes into it. And
so essentially, it's not as hard as you think.
I mean, I'm thinking
think about it like
this.
this. Imagine that you want all your players to be like you were like your IDP players if you were drafting a team full of running backs.
No,
like you want versatility.
Yeah, no, I figured that. That's why I'm saying like I think there's a lot going into it that you got to think about, and it takes fantasy to a whole different level.
Well, like yesterday, I texted you. I was like, "Beautiful disguise on the blitz on 3rd down."
Mm-hmm.
Like he sent 2 people in the middle, but then they never seen the corner come off the edge, and I was like, that would be like Cashman stepping up for that, or somebody off the side. You know what I mean? So like he might get you a sack, a pick, tackle for loss, or whatever.
Yeah.
So he'd be a good sleeper to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
All right, we'll move on to the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay, mine. I have a really good one for this, I think, and it has to have something happen in order to work. So basically, Jonathan Taylor has to not figure his shit out with the Colts. Mm-hmm. And then either he gets traded or he sits because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. But I'm going to go with Deion Jackson, depending on if that shit happens. Because last year, when Jonathan Taylor was hurt and couldn't play, I would scoop Deion Jackson up and he would put up about 20 points each time.
I'm going to go. My gut tells me go with Josh Downs, the wide receiver from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remember who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
But I do feel like Josh Downs has the talent to be open. Like he's not Pittman, where he's like in the sense like he's going to run his route and be big and dominant in the route. Mm-hmm. This guy's a little bit more flow to him. Like he could run with the pocket if it moves. So if he's smart enough to look up, Josh Downs might be in front of him a lot.
Do you think that with him being, I said this in a short that I made today, with him being a inexperienced quarterback in the NFL, he could be looking for his tight end a lot for like quick checkdowns?
General knowledge would say that, but then I challenge you to think about it like this. How many times did Jalen Hurts just check down to a tight end?
You're right, but that's also, do you think?
No, my point is Steichen's not going to put a tight end there for you to check down to.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go with Mo Ali Cox.
I was going to say it based off of he's a different type of quarterback.
But my gut tells me I'm getting more of the Justin Fields. I'm going to run it and gun it. Well,
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying if I'm Steichen and I have a quarterback in Anthony Richardson who is kind of like what Jalen Hurts is, I'm going to take what worked over here.
Yeah.
So I don't suspect he's going to change a lot of shit up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying Anthony Richardson is a sleeper, but I think anything after top 10, top 8, I guess, quarterbacks is, I don't know if it's a sleeper or not because you're the freaking, 4th round pick or fourth
Fourth
overall pick. You're a rookie. You had
the
hype
potential
behind
he
you.
has to run the ball
Yeah.
as a quarterback just makes him not a sleeper to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say that too. Like to be like in that case, in that sense, I think that's more of like a risk taker than anything as a sleeper. Like if you're drafting that guy, you're drafting him to know that he's gonna try and be a number one player in this league.
Yeah, you're looking at like Justin Fields numbers from last year, but like, can I
Yeah.
win my league with those numbers? If I can,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I did take him in a league, but like I said, he was my backup just to see what would happen. I didn't draft him to be.
There's some shitty fucking defenses out there, bro. He might do well and we don't know it.
Maybe, yeah.
He's gonna do it against us, but whatever.
So who's your sleeper, Nick? Did you say?
I like Josh Dotson.
Okay.
I do like him too. I was trying to look at the receivers. Michael Pittman is, of course, Michael Pittman. I mean, Alex.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
That's another thing. Like I said at the beginning, where you have somebody that's a pretty big name, and they get put into a different situation where they could do better. Yeah. I don't think I would consider him a sleeper in that instance, but some people would probably say, "Oh, watch out for him because he could light it up this year."
See, like Alec Pierce is a good player. He's just in a bad scenario. Like you have a route runner in the slot with a quarterback who don't know how to read progression. Like it doesn't make sense. It's like Andy Isabella when he was over in Arizona with Kyler. He's like, "What the fuck am I running these routes every time for if you never look at me?"
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the Tennessee Titans.
Y'all want to count to 3 and say it at the same time?
Will Levis. I already knew it.
That's not who I got.
No.
Bro, what? Okay. I'll let y'all go.
Go ahead.
Now y'all go. I got to think about this.
My first inclination is to take Tajay Spears, running back from Tulane, only because I know how good he is. But I also think that, well, for one, Derrick Henry gets hurt. So we know that's going to happen. He's going to get played. And then, two, he's a different kind of back. He's faster, catch the ball. He's just kind of a yak guy. So,
I kind of thought about him earlier today when I was, looking up sleeper stuff because of thinking the exact same thing. I was so mad when they
drafted him. But there's another player on that team who I guarantee you one play a game will do something good, but I don't know if that one play is ever going to be good. Chris Moore's on that team now. When he was with Houston, he bailed us out of a lot of shit. Depending on how good Treylon Burks plays with DeAndre, they might throw Chris Moore in there as the second wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel the Tajay Spears thing, they're either going to, Derrick Henry gets hurt and they're going to need him, or they're going to try to use him more to keep Henry fresher for the end of the season. So he'll get to vulture some things out at times. So I think, like we said, 2 running backs at a time, it's very beneficial for NFL teams. Of course, with the running backs that we see, the CMCs, Henrys, they get hurt like that. I'm not, if DeAndre Hopkins, people are picking him like if he's back in 2019 or something, but yeah.
He's got Tim Kelly back, bro.
And
is Ryan Tannehill a sleeper for y'all?
He makes me want to go to sleep when I watch him play quarterback.
Yeah. No, I read something today that said he's a sleeper, and that didn't make no sense to me.
He may not even have his job. But
now you were joking about it, but you could probably plead a case that Will Levis might be a sleeper.
Yeah.
What if he comes in at the end of the year and throws up them junk ass, empty, dead stats? You know what I mean?
What if he comes in and sucks, and they throw Malik Willis in, and Malik Willis lights it up? I don't see that happening, but I'm just. What if the stars align?
The production of quarterbacks, it's tread lightly with these.
Damn, I forget his name. Tennessee got a really good tight end on that team.
Oh, fucking
something like that.
Yeah,
I think there's an O and an I in there somewhere.
Yeah, somebody. He has not been getting picked up at all in fantasy teams.
The dude can play though.
Yeah, I don't think people are worried about him. I think they're worried about the quarterback getting him the ball of where he's at. I mean, I remember him last year. He actually had decent numbers from what I saw. I tried to make trades for him because I needed anything other than Cole Kmet. So, yeah, I tried to make trades for him. He went super low in a lot of our drafts, and some leagues don't even have him on there. So I mean that we always say tight end, especially, is a hard position. He's a starter. He's going to get starter minutes. Somebody has to, especially Will Levis goes in. I'm sure he's definitely checking that ball to his tight end.
Yep. That's why I was gonna say. That's why I brought that up earlier, because I was gonna say the tight end situation over there seems like a rookie's gonna check down to him a lot, probably, because I don't see him checking down to Derrick Henry that often.
Ryan Tannehill can't either, so we'll see. We'll go into Florida and go to Jacksonville.
This one's gonna be easy.
Yeah, I think we all got the same.
Yeah.
Oh, Tank
Bigsby. That's the simplest one over there.
I don't think there's anybody else on that team besides Zay Jones that could even qualify for a sleeper.
Yeah, not at all. People are like, "Oh, ETN, y'all need to watch out for him," and I'm like, that doesn't even. Yeah, no, like.
A matter of fact, the fact that Tank Bigsby exists means that if you take ETN like top 6 rounds, then that's a reach to me, because they're about to 50-50 the shit out of that.
Yeah, he's ranked super high, so it's like impossible to take him. But
he's been injured a lot.
Yeah.
Are y'all high on Christian Kirk and Calvin Ridley?
I don't know that I'm high, but I think Ridley's probably going to have a pretty decent year.
Like, I think he'll start off good. Like, he'll be personally motivated, but like at the end of the day, like, I just think that system is what it is. And Trevor Lawrence don't give a shit who gets the ball, just get open.
Yeah. And for me,
I think if you draft Calvin Ridley, you're taking a gamble.
Oh, wow. That's what you did there. I had Christian Kirk last year. I didn't want him. He got auto-picked to me. But he did very well. And I just feel like with Calvin Ridley coming in, people forgot about this dude. So I'm not going to say you're a sleeper, bro, but don't think that he's a scrub dude either. Dude's fast. I mean, they overpaid him, so they're definitely going to use him.
They overpaid Ingram too.
Yes. Yeah, Evan Ingram tight end. I mean, we'll see how this team works.
Yeah, like with Christian Kirk, anybody that thinks that he's just not going to do anything this year is just not paying attention to anything. Because with Jacksonville last year, he had 1,108 yards and 8 touchdowns. So to think that he's not going to do somewhere around the same kind of numbers like that just because Ridley's there is dumb to me.
Well, it is dumb to think that. But I just want y'all to remember their O-line got fucking bad.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to stand there anymore.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's understandable to think about too. But I mean, I'm thinking about it based off of there's plenty of teams that have 2 good wide receivers, and it's not like uncommon for both of them to have 1,000-yard seasons.
Oh, not at all.
Like fucking Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They both have had plenty of. Mike Evans has never had a below 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if Christian Kirk's on their level or not.
No, he's not, but I'm saying that was my easiest comparison.
I think fantasy.
I think he's too good to be a sleeper. That's all I know.
Yeah,
no, he's not a sleeper.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't consider him a sleeper.
Yeah. All right.
That was my point.
We pretty much named our sleepers.
You know what he is? He's like Michael Thomas. It's like, I know how good you are, but I don't fucking want to waste anything on you. If you're on the waiver wire, I might snatch you up, but I'm not wasting a pick on you.
Unless I can get you for super late in the fucking draft.
Yeah, like if you fall, then
definitely wouldn't keep him like someone did in my league.
I'll take a gander. No, that's dumb. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for all of our fantasy videos. You need IDP. Zach is the guy to go to. Yeah. You need anything else on there, check out our other videos. We got quarterbacks, tight ends, receivers, sleepers. We got dark horses. We'll have a bunch of other stuff. We'll be live every Sunday, 8 in the morning Central Time, to be answering your questions on who you should play, who you shouldn't, what the weather is like, all types of fun stuff going on. We'll be helping you with DraftKings, FanDuel, and parlays.
Do I get to eat breakfast on there? Because that's
early. Yeah,
you can if you want.
It's going to be relaxing. We will be drinking Monkey Cold coffee. Make sure you check them out.
I'm going to do it in my underwear.
That's fun.
Make sure you check them out. Make sure you check out all of our store stuff. We'll be doing a lot more. That being said, we are out of here. Fantasy people, good luck in your drafts. Good luck on your teams. We are done. Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.